Day 0 of Japan, I arrived in Kyoto and left my luggage at the accommodation. It's got a distinctly different feel to Osaka, and right across the road there's like a shrine just randomly there. The first spot on our visit to Kyoto is Fushimi Inari-Taisha, which is a shrine located on Inari Mountain. And it's considered one of the most famous spots in Kyoto due to the classic orange archways. And the reason for that is because Inari is the god of rice, but also the patron of business. So a lot of businesses and individuals make donations here, and each donation becomes an orange arch, which we'll see later. I think these may be all the little messages or prayers that people hang up after purchasing one of these little blocks. Probably for, wishing themselves good luck or good fortune or success. Oh, no photographs. But it's so noisy. So it seems the entrance up the mountain is free, but all the shops here are selling those little accessories or templates where people write their prayers on. Man, that must be how they get their money. Okay, that must be the beginning of all the archways. So these are the smaller arches, and apparently for the cost of these donations, it's about 400,000 yen for the small ones, which is about $4,000, or the bigger ones cost 1,000,000 yen, which is about 10,000. So considering how many arches there are and how the shrine keeps making money from selling those little placards to write prayers on, I can see how this shrine or temple will be extremely well funded. Those students there were counting how many arches there were. Maybe we can ask them to total it and then multiply it by how much it costs for each donation, and then you can find out how much money this place has earned. And with the sheer number of tourists that come here, you gotta wonder if this might be the best funded shrine/temple in the world. And what would this place do with all the money? Is it an organization? Is it a religious institute? And does it pay tax at all? These are the questions to ask. Also, if it gets this many visitors and this much in donations, does it even function as a religious identity, or does it become closer to an attraction or a business? Would the monks here even be able to function normally with all this interruption and visitors coming? And like we saw before, ringing those really noisy bells. Why are they hidden away somewhere where no one can access them? Anyway, apparently the hiking trail can go up to 4 kilometers and up to 2 hours. I don't know if that's return, but I don't think I have time for that, so I might have to cut it short at some point and head back. You could probably have hours and hours and hours of just walking with orange arches until you get to the top. At this point, it's probably better to just enjoy the mountain hike and the calm, soothing coolness of the mountain. As you climb higher up the mountain, you can definitely notice that there are less tourists and less photo taking, and more of the calm serenity that this path and walk should be more associated with. Am I allowed to ring this? Okay. Ooh, this is pretty cool. A mountain pond. Okay, I've been here for about 30 to 45 minutes, climbing up the mountain. Checking by the map, we seem to be maybe under halfway. We're the little red dot there, then an extra little bit to get to the top. Seems like it's gonna be a long walk. Don't know if I'll have time for it, but I've come all this way. I feel like I should complete it. Let's power walk this, people. Power walk. So we've arrived at some sort of junction. I think there are a lot more branches here. I think I've underestimated the length of this hike. Don't think I'll be able to get it all done. Maybe I'll just have something to eat before I head back down. That's pretty cool. It's using the mountain water to keep the drinks cool. It's like a mixture of like old culture with modern capitalism. Up until now, I've been pretty hesitant to complete this hike because I've had no indication of how long it's going to be. But we found this little sign here which gives some sort of estimate in terms of time. So I've been climbing for 43 minutes and the top is 15 longer. It's about 3/4 of the way, which would suggest that I should probably finish this. Let's go, guys, go, go! Okay, totally passed this by without thinking much of it, but this place was actually the top of the mountain. I thought there was something like hugely special or fantastic or at least a great view, but apparently this is it. This is it, top of the mountain. Overall, it's a pretty good experience, but they could make the hike easier to navigate. A lot of the maps weren't very helpful, and some weren't even accurate. And though there were some signs in Japanese, considering how many tourists come here, it would be quite worthwhile to make them in different languages, at least English. Might have one of these. A dumpling. Now this is an interesting feature. On the last leg of the return from the shrine, it seems more like a normal neighborhood. So maybe like normal people live here? It must be weird living next to such a big tourist attraction. But it seems like normal houses and some stores here and there. I don't know why, but this train crossing seems really cool. So all these people just walking across it. Oh my god. And there's a station right there. That's the station I got off at. Our next location is Kiyomizudera Temple, which is an extra 1 kilometer away. So getting off from the station is actually a 20-minute walk there, so we'll speed up this part. It's pretty cool seeing people dressed up in the kimonos as an experience. Actually, it seems to be only girls who do that. Maybe there's no alternative for guys. It's a bit unfortunate. What I do like is that the atmosphere is quite nice. It's got that old Japanese neighborhood type thing. Not the big city feeling that Osaka had. I wonder if we're near the top. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That looks like something. And once again, there's an absolute crazy amount of people. Whoa, where are all these people coming from? Probably buses, massive tourist buses. I'd say the orange is quite attractive. Makes it stand out. And I like orange. Kiyomizudera Temple gets its name from the waterfall that's nearby, which is named Kiyomizu, which means clear water or pure water. Apparently also, the structures here do not use a single nail. I guess they used wood? Alright, now this is an impressive view. It seems like the main temple is under some sort of renovation or construction. I wonder if it's worth going in. That's pretty cool. The view is simply stunning. This must be what they meant about not using any nails. It's got all these wooden rods tied together by, what is that, wire? String? Damn. Wow. Once again, it's probably the view that's the most impressive. Oh, he's gonna hit it. He's gonna hit it. Come on. Oh my god, man. I think that guy broke it. He broke it. Another observation. The wood feels really good on the feet to walk on. I really think I've come at a good time. The autumn season creating the slight redness in the leaves, the time before sunset with that like orange glow, along with the orange itself of all the buildings. It's quite spectacular. I have to say the sights in Kyoto are quite beautiful and breathtaking, but you can't help but notice the massive throng of people who are here to appreciate it. So it comes back to the balance of if there's something beautiful, should it be left alone and treasured or appreciated but overwhelmed? And this reminds me of people lining up for an amusement park ride. Walking down from the Kiyomizudera Temple, we've come to the Gihon Neighborhood. The Gihon Neighborhood originally formed to cater for travelers to Yosef's shrine, which is over there. And the Gihon Neighborhood then became renowned for its geisha, or as the locals call it, geiko, which means woman of the arts. Overall, the architecture seems nice, and it seems to be a well-developed place. But apart from that, I don't think it's too different from typical shopping district, apart from the historical significance, of course. One nice thing about all this walking is we seem to have come across a river that runs through Kyoto. Seems like we'll have some nice scenery to walk to the station. There's actually water on both sides, this side and that side. What I really like is the olden style architecture, houses on the left. And it makes me think, I wonder, back in those days, who would have been the owners of these buildings? Would it have been the rich, kind of like having a waterfront property? And I wonder what time this dates back to. Couldn't be that long. And that concludes our riverside walk. Time to head back up to the road and to the station to go home. Home sweet home, I'm back at my Airbnb accommodation. I think that's going to be my most tiring day of the whole trip. My fitness tracker says I walked 17.28 kilometers. Anyway, let me show you off this place. Now this place is pretty awesome, and there's some scented oils right now, so it smells great as well. Turn on the light. Isn't it so magnificently decorated? It actually feels like a cross between one of those display homes and a place that someone actually lives in. Oh, it's awesome. I don't need the second bunk bed, but I'll take it. Ooh! Oh my god, there's cookies. There's cookies and water and... Oh, this is awesome. This place is awesome. Hello. It's gonna be a nice 4 days. It's going to be a nice 4 days.